Right, so here we go. Death Note, Series 1, Episode 11, Assault. That's the title. Assault. Who's assaulting who? We know Light and Elle are getting closer together, working together. Is one assaulting the other here? Is someone else being assaulted? Is someone else assaulting them? Who knows? Who knows? Let's not read too much into the title. Let's just go. Because I'm enjoying this series. I want to get into it. This is it. We're in. We're going in. I always do this too early. I'm even earlier than normal. I need to practice that.
Regarding Naomi Misura's disappearance, shouldn't we open an investigation into this matter?
If we do, it should be coordinated separately from the Kira case. Also, we'll have to use police sketches instead of actual photos.
We're talking about someone who's been missing for 4 months already. Chances are she's probably dead.
If you're right about that, I find it odd that we haven't found her body yet. If we did, it might provide us with some much-needed physical evidence.
Something seems to be happening on Sakura TV.
In other words, all of the reporters and staff here are Kira's hostages. Aside from that, we have a professional obligation to share...
Oh, yes, I forgot, because it's been a few days since I watched the other episode, that at the end of the previous one, the person who ran the, was it a newspaper or some kind of media outlet, received some tapes, didn't he? And he seemed very pleased about that.
This message with you. I assure you that this is not a hoax and that Sakura TV is not airing this tape for the purposes of sensationalism.
Of course.
4 days ago, our program director here at Sakura TV received 4 tapes. After a thorough examination, there can be no doubt that they are from Kira himself.
Our audience rating should go up 60, no more like 70%
Right.
after this.
It's all about the
The
ratings.
first tape we received contained a prediction regarding the time of death of 2 suspected criminals who'd recently been arrested. And as predicted, at the exact time that Kira had specified, both men died suddenly of heart attacks.
That proof of who he is?
What they're saying is true. It's clearly something that only Kira could do.
Yeah.
Kira has instructed us to air the second tape today at exactly 5:59 p.m. We understand that it contains a message to all the people of the world from Kira.
This has to be another fake, don't you think?
I doubt it. I'm pretty sure even Sakura TV wouldn't stoop that low.
And now, the video.
Interesting. Before we get into this, what are people's thoughts on this? Media outlets sharing, being demanded by a serial killer to share something. Should they be buying into this? Should they not? Obviously, there's consequences if they don't. There's potential consequences if they do. What side are you on here? I'm interested. I'm guessing the media outlet have already vetted this and watched it to see what it is. So they've made that decision. But they're obviously in it for the ratings as well. This isn't a public safety thing, I'm guessing. What are your thoughts? I'm interested.
I am Kira. If this video was being aired on April 18th at exactly 5:59 p.m. as I requested, then the time now is 5:59. Please change the channel to Taiyo TV. The news anchor, Mr. Kazuhiko Hibima, will die of a heart attack at exactly 6 o'clock.
What? Change it.
It can't be.
Change the channel back.
As punishment, I will present you with
Punishment?
another victim. My next target is NHN TV commentator Mr. Seiji Kumaizumi, who is scheduled to appear in a live broadcast. He too has dared to defy Kira.
Change it to channel 24. Please change it.
Now that you've seen proof of my powers, you should have no trouble believing that I am Kira.
Kira said that he was going to send a message to the people of the world. Stop this broadcast! We can't let him finish!
It's no good. I'm trying, but none of my contacts at the station have their phones on.
And nobody's picking up at reception either. Ukita,
I'll stop this broadcast myself if that's what it takes.
People of the world, please listen to me. The last thing I want to do is kill the innocent. I hate evil and love justice. I've always thought of the police as allies, not as enemies.
Damn you, Kira.
I wonder what the public perception of this is going to be.
A perfect world that is free from evil. If you agree to join me in my mission, I know we can make it happen. And as long as no one tries to catch me, I promise that the innocent will not die.
Wow, this is such a change, isn't it? A change in direction for him. Because it's interesting he's using this phrase of innocent. Before it was criminals, then people who stood in his way were evil. So they weren't, he didn't use the term innocent then. Now he's using the term innocent. That's quite interesting, isn't it? The difference in words that he's now using. Is he saying that those news broadcasters were innocent? Is that an implication? Although he did say that the broadcasters were condemning him. And he's always said before that people who condemn him and who are against him are evil, so he will go after them. But now he's using innocent. So is he even talking about targeting people who aren't necessarily against him? Is this now a wider threat to everyone? If you're a member of the public and you're listening to this and and you don't know who he's targeted before, you haven't seen any of the show, obviously, you're just hearing this message and you know there's this guy out there who can do this, and he's referring to killing innocent people. What do you make of that? I mean, you'd feel pressured, wouldn't you, into just giving into to his mission, I guess. I don't know, would you? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts.
Even if you don't agree with me, all I ask is that you not publicize your views in the media. If you can do that, you will be spared. All you have to do now is be patient. I will create a better world that we can all enjoy. Say goodbye to the world as you know it. Soon, we'll have a new world ruled by benevolence, inhabited with kind-hearted, honest people.
Impossible.
Imagine it. A world where the police and I will...
Oh, they managed to stop the broadcast.
Let you go.
Oh, he's turned it off.
Darling,
She's turned it
this
off, sorry.
can't be good for your health. Please, you have to rest.
He's had a heart attack because of stress.
Like it or not, I am still in charge of the Kira task force.
Her eyes there, like watering, almost like, I love you so much. I don't want to see your health deteriorate here.
Damn,
she puts it on.
locked. This is the police. Open up. Oh, you idiots.
How? Oh, you couldn't quite press it.
Aizawa, look!
As you can see, someone has collapsed just outside the door. Again, we're coming to you live from the Sakura TV building.
Ukita. Damn it. Kira did this.
Mr. Aizawa! Where are you going?
Where do you think? I've got to go there.
You can't. Please think about this rationally.
What, you want me to just sit here and watch TV?
If this truly is the work of Kira, you'll just meet the same fate if you go there.
You told us that Kira couldn't kill without a name. So how could this happen?
You don't think Kira has all our names already, do you?
That's a definite possibility. However, if that's the case, you'd think it would be easier for him to kill off the entire task force before making a move.
Yeah.
Initially, I deduced that Kira needed both a name and a face to kill. But from what we've just seen, I'd say it's not entirely impossible that Kira can kill with only a face.
How is he... I can't get my brain around this. How is he doing this? And how did he do it that quick? How did he know it would be that policeman going to the studio to turn it off? To have previously written it in the notebook. He can't have done, surely. Ed and Light are working together, but Light doesn't feel like he's close enough yet to be privy to that kind of information either. Because he said he was going to hang back for a bit while his father recovered. So we don't know precisely where Light is in this episode so far, whether he's at home, whether he's doing something else, whatever. How? Has he got all their names? That was his whole point of getting close to the investigation, wasn't it? Just to get Elle's name, but I'm guessing part of it was to get everyone else's. Oh, my brain hurts.
All I know for sure is that Kira is either in that TV station or he's somewhere close by.
And why was the guard of the studio not letting that policeman in? He looked like he was under some kind of control. maybe. Or he's been threatened in some way. Don't let them in, otherwise you'll be next. But that's really out of character, isn't it, for Light? Oh, what's going on?
In a place where he can watch everyone who enters the building. Perhaps he's in a...
Okay.
If Kira is in the area, then isn't that why we should get down there?
For all we know, he could have just placed surveillance cameras in the area. If we rush down there unprepared, all of us will be killed.
Wasn't it you who said we'd have to risk our lives to catch Kira?
I meant what I said, but risking my life to catch Kira and doing something that I know will cost me my life are two entirely different things.
Oh, let me listen to that.
Risking my life to catch Kira and doing something that I know will cost me my life are two entirely different things.
He's right, yeah. They are different things.
Please control yourself. We've lost Ukita. I understand you want to go there, but if something was to happen to you as well...
He responded to that well, didn't he? Being grabbed. He didn't escalate. He didn't risk that escalation. He remained within his window of tolerance very well there. Very calm. There was a bit of compassion there, a bit of empathy about what they've just witnessed.
Now await a response from the police. They must decide whether or not they'll help me create a better world for all of us. Please announce your decision on the 6 o'clock news in 4 days. I prepared 2 videos. One to be aired if the answer is yes, and another if the answer is no.
Surely they watched it. Someone's watched it, surely, to see the consequences. Where's he going?
Huh?
He going to the studio? Is he stolen an ambulance? Oh, he's not messing about, is he? It's not going to do his blood pressure much good.
What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Hey, step out of the vehicle!
The Kira video. Show me which studio they're broadcasting it from.
A vehicle has just driven through the front doors of the station.
Has he got his hood up? So someone can't potentially see his face and see who it is.
Well, that's one
Kira.
way to get into the building without being seen by Kira.
But who would... This is the police! Stop this broadcast immediately! Hand those tapes over to me. Do you understand? Hold on, officer. It's not that simple. My hands are tied here. If we stop this broadcast, he'll kill all of us. Shut up! You're gonna be killed right here and now if you don't give those tapes to me! What? Come on, what the hell do you think you're doing?
This seems pretty clear. How to use it. I love the way that the Death Note came with this really... like this set of instructions to make it really clear how to use it. Like, it wants to be used. The instrument to write with can be anything, e.g. cosmetics, blood, etc., as long as it can write directly onto the note, it remains as legible letters. Oh, so if you don't have a pen, do a bit of the old finger prick, get there in blood. A bit of lipstick, maybe. That's handy. Makes it even, funny enough, that ties into what I was just saying. It makes it even easier to use. Even the original owners of the Death Note, Gods of Death, do not know much about it. Maybe it dropped down into their realm.
This is happening because you chose to make Kira a celebrity!
There's just this infinite number of upper places with Death Notes have just dropped down.
I want every single copy you have! I got it! I'll give them to you! You're acting like a madman!
We're still outside Sakura TV. As you can see, a police car has just arrived.
So we're not alone. There are still other officers out there who are willing to stand up to Kira.
Aizawa, I told you not to call me on this phone.
This is L. There's something I need you to do for me. There may be police officers who will see this broadcast and feel moved to take action in the name of justice. If you don't take control of this situation quickly, there will be a disaster.
But technically, we're not supposed to be involved in this case. Huh?
Oh, 2 police officers have just collapsed on the sidewalk. I think we may be in...
How?
I see your point now. Tell me what I should do.
Detective Superintendent Yagami.
Call him back immediately and give me the phone. Yes, it's me.
I've confiscated all of the tapes. I'm bringing them to you.
But what about your condition? Are you all right?
I'm feeling just fine. To be honest with you, I don't think I've ever felt more alive. What do you think I should do now? I'd say going out the front would be too dangerous. But I could always use the police van again.
Please hold the line for a second.
Interesting that L there had some concern about his condition. It wasn't just like, yes, bring me the tapes at all, whatever costs. There was a bit of concern. I don't know what other word to use.
Deputy Director Kitamura, it was Chief Yagami who just drove into the building. Are your preparations complete?
It's done, as you requested.
Mr. Yagami, listen
I
carefully.
love this so much.
Exactly 5 minutes, I want you to come out the front entrance.
You want me to exit through the front entrance?
Oh, feels like a condemned man, doesn't it? This, although we all know that L's got a plan here. They've blocked it, have they? Somehow from view from any.
There are no gaps. Do not reveal your faces.
Wow!
Akira is not in the building. He is outside.
Imagine trying to get all that sorted.
Thank you.
I would still be like putting my jacket over my head or something, just in case.
I understand.
Where's this hoodie he had?
Listen up. There is a very good chance that Kira is still in the vicinity of the station. As you move out, proceed with caution. You are not to remove your helmets.
Oh, so that he was there with the binoculars.
Instead, they are preparing to fight.
How did he know the names?
As I fear for my own life in saying so, this is right. And it must be done. Kira has become a threat to our very constitution. And as citizens, we must fight back.
Oh, they're undoing his message.
Golden news anchor, Koki Tanakabara.
And he's giving him his name out, and obviously his face is on telly.
Welcome back, Chief.
Feels risky for him.
Ryuzaki, I apologize for taking matters into my own hands. I have to admit I got a little bit carried away.
No.
Here, these are all of the tapes
And he's struggling if he needs help.
Kira sent to the station is in here.
I can't thank you enough.
I think I'd better rest for a minute. Oh.
For someone who had never felt more alive a few minutes ago, with all that adrenaline pumping, now it's all worn off. He's knackered.
The postmark is from Osaka. But Kira can control his victims before they die, so he could have delivered it from Osaka without going there himself.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Aizawa, can you please take this to the crime lab right away? While you're doing that, I'm going to watch these tapes to see if they can tell us anything.
Well, what do you make of these?
They were definitely interesting. If the police had said yes and agreed to cooperate with Kira, tape number 3 was supposed to be aired. Tape 4, if the
Oh, don't tease us. Tell us what's on them.
3 covers the terms of cooperation. Put simply, he's requesting that we broadcast the names of more criminals. He seems particularly interested in those who have assaulted others or those who have somehow hurt or taken advantage of the weak and defenseless.
It's interesting, isn't it? I wonder how he built this hierarchy of crimes in his mind. So
Put simply, he's requesting that we broadcast the names of...
What's he going for?
He seems particularly interested in those who have assaulted others or those...
So, violent crimes, serious
who have
violence.
somehow hurt or taken advantage of the
abusers,
weak and
okay.
defenseless. Of course.
Taking advantage of the weak and defenseless. So that doesn't necessarily mean, because I was getting caught up in the subtitles. That could include things like, you know, when you get these fraudsters who target like older people and clear out their bank accounts, get them to, you know, pretend to be customer service from the bank and get access to their accounts. So I would view that as taking advantage of the vulnerable. But then we've also got acts of violence in there, so I'm guessing murderers, sexual assaults and things. Okay, it's interesting.
Kira would play the role of judge in all of this. Furthermore, as proof that the police are willing to cooperate, he wants police officials and L to appear on TV to make a public announcement that we plan to cooperate with him. Oh. He needs us to reveal our faces. That way he can kill us.
Very good.
He'll hold our lives as insurance.
I see. So what about the content of the 4th video if we were to answer no?
Yes, this is what we want to hear.
Different, but he more or less says the same thing.
He says the same thing.
It could go without saying that the answer is no. Please have someone take tape number 4 over to Sakura TV. and authorize them to broadcast.
It's skirted over that. So the answer. So if he says no, then he still wants them to air more criminals. And I guess the point is air more criminals. And I won't take out innocent people. In the same way, if the answer is yes, and we're going to collaborate, then I want you to air more criminals. And because we're collaborating, I'm not going to take out innocent people. So yeah, so he's right. It works out the same way, doesn't it? That's very clever.
I can only say it's a shame that your answer is no. It's clear that the police wish to oppose me. This will not go unpunished. So, I'll start by taking the life of either the Director General of the NPA or the detective known as L, who is currently leading the investigation.
Or how's he gonna decide?
Who will pay the price for your refusal to cooperate in the creation
Oh
of
my
a peaceful
gosh,
world?
just imagine this. Imagine if you could poll it on all those big screens in the big cities. You vote. Oh, this could go. This could all go nuts.
You have 4 days to decide.
How? Who decides? The public? Oh, here he is.
It looks like I've even got God on my side now. Well, I suppose it's actually a god of death. Seems like it. It would appear that another Shinigami has come to the human world, and somehow that Shinigami's death note has fallen into the hands of someone who agrees with Kira, and this person most likely has the Shinigami eyes, which makes him very deadly. His power to kill surpasses even mine. One thing is for certain, if I leave things, I'm pretty sure that L will be finished off within the next 4 days.
Someone's gonna do his job for him. So we knew that there'd been another one lost at some point, or had fallen down into the world. So this must be it. This must be the other person. And I've got no idea where they've been for all of this time. What they've been doing. Maybe they've just been flying under the radar, not publicizing it. Maybe not because maybe there's a lack of grandiose for the other person, so they're happy that they're just doing what they want to do with it without drawing too much attention. And Light is, this person's going to figure this out for me, but he seems to be going here that he's not going to forgive them for something.
However,
using his name,
I
I'm guessing.
Forgive this imposter for the way he's tarnishing Kira's image with these senseless killings. Not to mention, if he slips up and gets caught, the death note could be discovered, and that I cannot allow.
Okay.
I can't afford to leave him alone for much longer. What needs to happen very soon is for me to join the task force. It'll allow me to keep track of L and this fake Kira.
Ryuzaki, I'm afraid it's as you thought. Several of our member countries have weighed in, and it seems they are in favor of having the real L appear on TV.
I think that's the most appropriate choice given the options. Well, we still have 3 days before it happens.
Look at all the sugar again. It's got the tea. It's got the cake. It's like a cherry bakewell or something.
Maybe we can find some countermeasure. After all this, it would really annoy me.
If I'm killed by the first person to jump on the Kira bandwagon.
Ryuzaki, what do you mean by that?
That there's a strong possibility that this Kira's a fake. No, we should think of him more as a second Kira.
A second Kira? I don't understand. Why do you think there's a copycat? How did you come to that conclusion?
Because this is just so out of character, isn't it?
He used for his predictions on tape number 1. Their purpose was to prove to Sakura TV's staff that he is Kira. Both their names were only reported in tabloids and daytime talk shows, so they weren't exactly hardened criminals. The real Kira has no need to prove himself using such insignificant criminals, but from the perspective of the second Kira, he'd want to make absolutely certain that he didn't.
Oh, hold on. I thought that was a cherry. I thought it was a cherry on top. I thought it was a cherry bakewell, but it's not. It's some kind of strawberry cake. I mean, I know that's not particularly relevant to the storyline, but...
Both their names were only reported in tabloids and daytime talk shows, so they weren't exactly hardened criminals. The real Kira has no need to prove himself using such insignificant criminals, but from the perspective of the second Kira, he'd want to make absolutely certain that he didn't predict the death of a criminal who could be killed by the real Kira first.
Ryuzaki, if you had to put a number on it, what's the probability of a second Kira?
This time I'd say it's more than 70%. I really don't like the way he operates. It's not like Kira.
Not like him?
In the past, he has traditionally avoided killing innocent people, with the exception of those who were trying to catch him.
Another way he's like, I don't like this Kira. Like, with the opposite of that being, I like the other one. I like this cat and mouse game I've got with the other one. I like this game. I like this battle of wits. This one I don't like so much.
Anyway, if we can capture one Kira, I think that will provide us with a lot of insight into how we can find the other one. Mr. Yagami, I'd like your permission to ask your son to cooperate with us on this investigation.
Huh? If you want my son to join the task force, does this mean you no longer suspect him?
Well, I can't say that he's been completely cleared, but his deductive abilities would be invaluable to us right now.
So that's what it means. If my son wants to cooperate with you, then I have no reason to prevent it.
I appreciate.
Fair one, isn't it? Give him the choice.
Tell him that we think this latest Kira might be a fake. I don't want him to know that yet. We want to make it appear to him that we're still chasing the same Kira.
Misa, I gave that death note to you, so why
is this
not
another
use it for
Shinigami?
yourself?
I gave that death note to you. So was that like a choice this Shinigami had to give it to a person? It wasn't lost. That feels different, doesn't
I'm
it?
using it for myself because I believe in what Kira is doing. I want to know what kind of person Kira is. I want to meet him and
Her
talk
name
to
Misa.
him. That's the only reason I sent all those videos to that TV station. I had to find some way to make Kira notice me.
Okay.
I'd say that probably got his
I'm sure it did.
It's a dangerous game you're playing. There's a chance you could be killed. Do you understand?
It's all right. I'm sure that Kira is kind to those with pure hearts. And if it came down to that, I'm still stronger than he is. Because I have the eyes.
I wonder how much of her life she gave up for that. I mean, I know it's half the remaining, but I wonder how much she had remaining. That's it. Wow. Okay, this is opening up now, isn't it? We've got another Shinigami, another a fake Kira. Love to know what her backstory is. She's got the Shinigami eyes, so she can see the names and the people's life. Was it lifespan, remaining lifespan? So she's a little bit more powerful, isn't she? I wonder if Light meeting someone who is more powerful than him will make him decide to take the Shinigami eyes, just so he can be the most powerful. Or I wonder if they're going to somehow meet and work together, because then she can just tell him the names, I guess, in the way that Ryuk won't. I don't know where this is heading. I'm trying to predict, but I can't. I'm just gonna watch some more in a bit. But what a great episode. I love how it's now expanding a bit out. Right. Let's leave it there. I'll see you in the next one. Right, so this is episode 12. Have I just done 11? Episode 12, and this one is called Love. Love. We've just been introduced to Misa, I think her name was. Kira number 2, fake Kira. It looks like she wants to meet Light. It's called Love. Is Misa gonna love Light? I wonder what Light's gonna make of this. Let's find out. Ooh, is Light gonna get a girlfriend? Is Misa gonna get a boyfriend? I don't think Light's gonna want a girlfriend. I think he's got too much to focus on, unless potentially there's something in it for him and he can use that to his advantage. Let's find out. So is this Misa and Light here? Can he like come to me in the rain? Romantic. Oh, here we go. Still a little bit too early. What is this? Is this Apple thing? Is it some kind of temptation reference, some biblical temptation reference from the snake and the apple, Adam and Eve? Death Note's tempting to use. It's got to be, right? It's got to be all it's about.
Light, Ryuzaki Ryuzaki has decided that he'd like you to help with the investigation. If you're still interested, then you need to come here right away.
I wonder what he thinks about his dad being out of hospital.
All along, I've been trying to find a way to get involved in the investigation, but I never thought they would actually approach me. Now I'll have access to classified information about the case, which means I can learn more about this other Kira. I need to figure out what this imposter is all about before someone else on the task force beats me to it.
Thank you, Light.
Not at all. After all, I want to catch Kira as much as you do, Ryuga.
I'll have to ask that you call me Ryuzaki here.
I'm Matsui. I'm Aihara.
And I'm Asahi.
He's got all the names and the faces.
Then perhaps I should call myself Light Asahi?
Yes, please do. To keep things simple from this point on, I'll call you Light. I'd also like you to examine these videos. They were sent to the TV station but were never aired. For security reasons, you're not permitted to take notes, and all materials must remain here. Well then, we need to ask Light Yagami to assist us. However, we cannot tell him that we're considering the possibility of a second Kira.
Are you serious? But wouldn't that make working together a bit difficult? He's right. Why even bother asking him to work with us?
Well, I didn't mean indefinitely. I'm curious to see what his impression of these tapes will be prior to knowing ours. Light's deductive reasoning is really quite incredible. He may suspect that these tapes are the work of a second Kira, an imposter, or copycat imitating the original.
But the basis for the second Kira theory is that the victims of these recent killings were minor criminals who don't fit the normal profile. Without hearing our explanation, how would Light ever know that?
The suspect that we've been pursuing up until now has needed both a name and a face to kill his victims. But there is something different happening here. Recall that Mr. Ukita was killed the moment he arrived at the station. And this Kira demanded only that I appear on TV, but made no request for my name. This implies that the second Kira only needs to see a person's face to kill them. So I'll ask Light to look over all of our information, as well as our video evidence. If he comes to the conclusion that there could be a second suspect, then he'd be almost completely cleared of suspicion in this case.
But how will that prove anything?
Logically, if he's really Kira, he'll want me dead, seeing as I'm the one leading the investigation against him right now. And the way things are going, if I comply with this new subject's demands and appear on TV in 3 days, there's a very good chance I will die. I can't see the real Kira jeopardizing such an easy opportunity to get rid of me.
Okay, but are you suggesting that if my son does not come to the same conclusion, there's an even greater chance that he is guilty?
No. In that case, there will still only be a 5% chance. We'll inform him that we are investigating the possibility of a copycat and have him cooperate with us as planned.
This video is so mediocre, it's making me sick to my stomach. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm the real one, but this is a complete disgrace to everything Kira stands for. Something's not right here. It seems unusual that no one bothered to explain this video to me. It's not like them. Well, in any case, I'd be stupid to comment on it.
He's picking up, is he, on their mistrust?
If I say nothing, if I just leave it alone, Elle dies.
So, what do you make of this, Light? Have you come to any conclusions?
He's going to be like, do I give him my real conclusion? Which I can't do, because there's stuff that I know that he doesn't know. What does he want me to say? Does he expect me to say something? This whole game must be just so fatiguing of keeping track.
Damn, it's a test.
Yeah.
It's hard to say for sure, but there might be another person out there with Kira's power.
What do you mean by that, Light?
At the very least, I'd say this tape was not created by the Kira we're familiar with. It's extremely out of character for him to use these kinds of victims for his killings. And since we've established that he needs a name and face to kill, it makes you wonder how he was able to kill that detective and those 2 officers right outside the television station like that.
It's the same. That's almost exactly how Ryuzaki said it.
That was incredible, Light. Now any doubts about you should be resolved.
I think you're exactly right about that. We also believe that...
But surely, I mean, they're all like, oh my gosh, Light, you're so amazing. You came to the same conclusion as Elle. But none of them thinking, well, yeah, the reason that you've worked out it's another Kira is because you're Kira. You're the original one. And we know that there's a small percentage chance that you are. So that seed has already been planted in the investigators' minds. Why aren't they picking up on that as a reason for Light coming to this conclusion?
This is the work of a second Kira.
So you knew about this all along, Ryuzaki? Which means this was just another one of your tests?
It wasn't my intention to test you. The truth is, if I was the only one who thought there was a second Kira, it wouldn't be too convincing. But the fact that we both came to the same conclusion makes the theory that much more believable. As expected, you did not disappoint us. You've been a great help. It's decided then. First, we must focus on stopping this copycat. From what we've seen, he sympathizes with the real Kira, but clearly lacks his sophistication.
I like the way that they keep referring to the second one as he, when we now know it's Misa as she. Is that, there's some kind of bias, I'm guessing, there?
He might even be willing to obey the original. If so, we could lure him into a trap by sending our own message from the real Kira.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised. You literally took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh, and Light, I would like you to play the part of the real Kira.
Oh.
Me as Kira?
Yes, you're the only one I can think of who'd be able to pull something like this off. At any rate, we don't have time to waste. Do you think you could script a message from Kira in time for it to be aired on this evening's national news?
Damn him. He must have been planning this from the beginning.
Aired on this.
Let's say I was just adjusting my monitor, making it a bit higher so I don't have to look down all the time. Let me watch that again.
Me as Kira?
Yes, you're the only one I can think of who'd be able to pull something like this off. At any rate, we don't have time to waste. Do you think you could script a message from Kira in time for it to be aired on this evening's national news?
Damn him. He must have been planning this from the beginning. It's the only reason I'm here. Ryuzaki, does this look okay? I think I managed to make it believable.
Look at him holding that.
I think you've done an excellent job with this. However, if we don't omit the part that says you're free to kill L, then I'm gonna end up dead.
Sorry. I guess I got carried away playing.
What did he put in there?
Then I think you've done an excellent job with this. However, if we don't omit the part that says you're free to kill L, then I'm gonna end up dead.
Oh, how did that slip in there?
Carried away playing the part. I figured if I was him, I'd probably demand that you be killed. I was improvising. Feel free to change it to whatever you like.
Sounds good. Okay, Aihara, the script is ready. I'll leave it to you.
L must be Light. This, what you've written here, is exactly how I imagine Kira would write it.
All right. And now, a shocking announcement. In response to the frightening Kira video aired on Sakura TV only a few days ago, an anonymous individual has contacted us claiming to be the real Kira. In short, he has demanded of this network, as well as several others, that we air the message you are now about to see.
I am Kira. It worked! I knew he'd answer me.
The true Kira. The one who was broadcast on Sakura TV several days ago is a pretender, a fake. The purpose of this message is to communicate my will to this imposter. I have chosen to be lenient with him for the time being, only because I believe he wishes to cooperate with me in the creation of a new world. But I want to make it absolutely clear that the taking of innocent lives is against my will. If this person claiming to be me is truly sympathetic to my cause and wishes to be of some help, I ask two things of him. That he refrain from killing aimlessly, and that he agree to abide by my basic principles.
Yay! Now where is that camcorder?
What are you planning to do?
Hello? Do you really need to ask? I'm going to reply to him, of course.
Ryuzaki, we have a reply from the second Kira.
What?
Really?
I'll be bringing over the envelope and tape that we received, but in the meantime, I'm streaming a copy of the video so you can view it on your end.
Kira, thank you for your reply. Please do not worry. I will follow orders and do as you say.
Whoa, it worked.
I will do as you say, huh? This guy's gonna be no help at all. If this fake had any idea what my wishes were, he'd insist that Elle appear on TV and then kill him anyway. How could you fall for something like this? Damn it.
He's
I really want to meet you. I don't think you have the eyes, but you don't have to worry. I would never try to kill you. That's a promise.
What the hell is he thinking?
I didn't even consider that. Probably because there was quite clear from what we've seen with Misa that she was no threat to Light. She wanted to work with him. But from Light's perspective, I hadn't thought about this before. Light might have thought, oh, this other Kira is going to try to take me out. And they've got the Shinigami eyes, so they know my real name. They're easy to take him out.
About Shinigami eyes in a public message like this.
What's this having the eyes supposed to mean? Is it a code?
Yeah.
It's giving a bit away there, isn't it?
Please tell me how I can meet you without the police.
He's going to figure out surely what that means.
And when we meet, we can confirm our identities by showing our Shinigami to each other.
Shinigami?
He's a liability. If I don't do something about him quickly...
What's this bringing up for him?
Ryuzaki! You alright?
Shinigami? Am I supposed to believe that? That Shinigami actually exist?
Oh, wow, okay. So my initial thought there was going down, this is some kind of flashback, this has activated some kind of trauma memory network. But actually, it's more existential than that, isn't it? It's making him question his reality and what he believes in and what he doesn't. And I guess because he's quite based on facts and quantitative stuff like data and percentages, this idea of this existence of Shinigami is shattering his core belief of the world. And look at his response.
Shinigami? Am I supposed to believe that? That Shinigami actually exist?
All the other people are shocked and aghast. Al's literally fallen out of his chair. How to use it. You may also write the cause and or details of death prior to filling in the name of the individual. Yeah, we've had that one before, haven't we? We've had that one before. Even if you don't actually possess the death note, the effect will be the same if you can recognize the person and her name to place in the blank. Even if you didn't actually possess. But you still need the paper though, right?
Shinigami? Am I supposed to believe that? That Shinigami actually exist?
That's impossible. Obviously they don't exist.
Yes, that's right, Ryuzaki. Listen to yourself. Of course Shinigami don't exist.
You're probably right, but I remember that Kira had those prisoners write something suggesting the existence of Shinigami.
So based on that fact, perhaps we're dealing with the same person after all. That would definitely explain why we're hearing the same words.
Isn't there something here about he's so shocked about the existence of Shinigami, but the fact that there's this book where you can write someone's name in it and you can kill them, does it seem that shocking to people?
I don't think so, because if this was the same person, it's highly unlikely he would have responded to our video in the first place. And why would he agree to let L live after going to all the trouble of getting him to appear on TV? The real Kira wants him dead, so it doesn't make sense.
And maybe there's some other connection between the real one and this new guy.
Oh, look, it's giving him a bit of tension. He's trying to relieve it. Tension headache.
That's unlikely. It's as Light says. If the two Kiras were connected, I don't think the imposter would be so willing to give up on his plan to kill me. All of this suggests to me that the copycat has his own agenda and is acting independently of the first. I believe his actual motivation is to meet the original.
I think you're right. He's acting out of an interest in Kira. The word Shinigami could very well be some reference to their killing power. Saying we can confirm our identities by showing our Shinigami to each other probably means that they'd confirm their identities by somehow demonstrating their ability to kill.
Yes, that's it. Based on their messages, we can assume that the word Shinigami must hold some other meaning that only the real Kira and the second Kira are aware of. Now, we just need to convince this copycat to tell us what that is.
So will you respond and force him to be more specific? We have to be careful how we handle this. We can't make it too obvious that we're asking, otherwise he'll realize we're not Kira.
No, from now on, it's best that we leave it up to the two Kiras.
What do you mean?
I imagine that the second Kira is probably quite satisfied with the current situation now that he's received a televised response. He sent a message to get Kira's attention, and as far as he knows, he now has it. Also, there's that word he used, one that only the two of them would understand. We'll arrange to have this reply broadcast today on Sakura's 6 o'clock news. Naturally, this will be of interest to Kira, and he'll be following this exchange between the copycat and the one we've invented. Now, if I were Kira himself, my priority would be to prevent this imposter from coming into contact with the police. This is good for us, because it means that the real Kira may feel pressured to respond this time.
Okay, but let's say that he doesn't respond. Then what do we do?
Yes, I've been thinking about what the second Kira might do if he gets no response. For one, he might reveal more information that he knows Kira once kept secret, to pressure him into a meeting. Of course, that would make Kira nervous. It could be interesting. And what would be more interesting is if Kira sends a message of his own to prevent this from happening. Ideally, this could provide us with the physical evidence we'll need to build a case against him. In the meantime, let's gather all the information we can on this copycat.
Oh, that's good. Yes. Beautiful. Just like that. Perfect. I'm telling you, these are gonna knock him dead.
Oh, is that Misa? I didn't recognize
You
her.
look like a little angel, Misa.
Oh, come on. Really? You look like a little angel. Not too subtle
I'm
reference
so
there.
tired. That shoot went on forever. Modeling takes a lot of energy. Hey, Rem.
Ren. What was that? Ren? R-E-N?
Hey, Rem.
Rem. Rem was just lost in thought there about modelling. People taking pictures of you for other people to look at. Just look completely... So, what's the point?
Can I ask you something?
What is it?
Each Shinigami has to have one death note of their own. For a Shinigami to give a notebook to a human, he needs to have two. Ryu could give a death note to Kira because he somehow found a way to sneak an extra one past the Shinigami King?
Right.
What about you?
The Shinigami King isn't someone who's easily fooled. It doesn't happen often.
Oh, then how did I get mine?
Let's just say it has a lot to do with the fact that I'm one of the few in the Shinigami realm who knows how to kill another of my kind. That's how I ended up with two.
Oh, is that going to come into play later? Is Ryuk at risk?
Get it? You killed a Shinigami and then you gave his notebook to me, right?
It's not like that. I wasn't the one who killed him. I just happened to be around when he died. It was coincidence, really.
So, how do you kill a Shinigami? I have to know. Well?
Never repeat this to anyone. I learned the only way to kill a Shinigami is to make them fall in love with a human.
What? The only way to kill a Shinigami is to make them fall in love with them. Okay, and then they just die?
What a beautiful way to kill.
I wonder if Rem is as on the fence neutral as Ryuk is.
Once was a Shinigami named Jealous who spent all of his time watching over a certain human girl. Jealous wanted nothing more than to look at her as she went about her daily life.
Aye, aye.
It's today, isn't it? Her last day alive.
She looks so full of life.
Oh.
I wonder why today.
Sounds really sad.
It's just not fair.
I also wanted to find out how she was going to die, so I stayed and watched with him. It was nighttime and she was walking alone. No one else was around. And then it happened. A man suddenly appeared and blocked her path. He was clearly infatuated with the girl.
I love you more than anyone else in the world. I'm always watching you. I want to protect you forever.
She'd never seen the man before, and of course, turned him down.
Then, if I can't have you, I'll kill us both!
Wait, stop it. What are you doing? Without even thinking, Jealous did something that we Shinigami must never do.
What's he writing? Oh.
Jealous used his death note to kill the man instantly, and therefore saved the girl's life. It was the wrong thing to do. Shinigami exist only to shorten and take human lives. We aren't permitted to undo that which has been fated. At that moment, Jealous became something which was neither sand nor rust, and disappeared forever. He died. The only reminder of his existence was his death note, left behind. The rest of his lifespan was added to hers. So not only had he saved her life, he'd accidentally extended it well beyond its natural end.
That must be way beyond.
So if he'd never fallen in love with this girl...
Does she just keep aging? As in, it doesn't slow down the aging process. Does she just keep getting older and older and older? I mean, that's not good.
He'd probably still be alive today, wouldn't he?
That's right.
Is she gonna try to track her down?
I had no idea. All this time I thought it was luck, but it was a Shinigami who saved my life that day.
Yes. Jealous loved you enough to die for you.
For you?
So that death note is now yours to
it's
keep.
her. I didn't even work that out. Was that really? Should that have been really obvious? I don't know why I didn't make that connection. Wow. Okay. And then she came down and gave the death note to her.
For a Shinigami to die, they have to love a human enough that they'd prevent their death from happening. So what about you, Rem? You're not in love with me, are you?
I really like this idea, how they've done that. So when they first introduced the idea of love being, make a Shinigami fall in love, I thought that was it. Just the feeling of love would kill them. But they've actually taken the idea of love and they've put it into tangible behavioural terms of you're going to love them enough. So you're indicating that you love them by virtue of stopping them from dying. But, hold on.
I see. For a Shinigami to die, they have to love a human enough that they'd prevent their death from happening.
But can they prevent their death from happening from other ways? So if they were where there's not another person involved for them to influence, so if they were going to be run over by a car, or I guess they would do something to the car driver. What about if it was some accident that didn't have another person involved? Could they prevent that? I don't know.
So what about you, Rem? You're not in love with me, are you? Be honest.
Just forget it. You really think you can kill me that easily?
Oops, you saw through that? I'm so glad. At least now I have something interesting to tell Kira. But I wonder, does he know how to kill a Shinigami? I asked him on TV to find a way for us to meet each other, but he hasn't replied to me yet. What's taking him so long? Maybe I should just send him another message.
Like a crush, isn't it? That KILL. I'll say it traditionally is KISSING.
This isn't good. I can't allow this second Kira to act on his own for much longer. He's careless, so it's only a matter of time before he slips up, and when he does, the police will be waiting. With him in custody, they could find out about the death note.
In the same way that people were shocked when they first met Elle. They're going to be shocked when... Light's going to be shocked when he meets Misa. It's funny how you get all these preconceived ideas.
Something to start.
Is that her?
A strawberry sundae, please.
Of course. Be right back.
What should I do? How can I contact the second Kira without Elle noticing anything?
Here you go. Enjoy.
I can't wait to meet Kira.
I wonder, what kind of person are you, imposter?
Exactly.
I wonder,
what preconceived ideas are you coming up with in your mind? And you? Hey, that was cool. That was cool. I like this. I like this. That felt like quite a fun episode, didn't it? I'm trying to think if there's anything much really to pick up on in that episode. I'm not sure there is. I'd be really interested to know what Misa has been doing all this time before she found out about Kira. Maybe we'll find out, because I'm guessing they're going to have some conversations later on. I have a few questions, but I think they're things that are probably going to get cleared up as the episodes progress. I mean, what are we on? 12, moving on to 13. What is there? 30 or 37, I think. 12. Okay, so we're getting there. We're getting there. I still don't know how. There's still a lot of episodes left, and so I don't know how this is going to continue. But let's find out. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Take care.